Welcome in now the Pima County Supervisor, Dr. Matt Heinz, who's joining us from the Sheriff's Office there. Matt, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. So we're talking about this crucial 24-hour window, which will come to an end soon enough. We're waiting for the FBI to release this preliminary DNA data on this glove. What are your thoughts on that glove? What are just your sense of where things stand overall as we are now entering the third week of this search?
Sure, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. And this is a very close-knit community. And what we heard from your reporting earlier is that we're all coming together and hoping for the safe return of Nancy. Frustrating, of course, these cases can be. This does sound like a very promising lead, and it's my hope that will give some additional information that will lead to her safe return as well.
So we know that the national DNA database, Matt, is only about 6 to 7% of the overall U.S. population. Right. That's a low number, but it is made up of people who have been arrested or convicted in the past, which may increase the stats there. Are you confident in possibly getting a match here?
That remains to be seen. I don't want to put out any false hope. Obviously, we're all very hopeful here, but it is a pretty low number. And again, this would have to be someone who had already committed some kind of crime or has a reason to be in that database. So, it's not a super high possibility, but definitely it is possible, and that's something that we all hope for.
Absolutely. At least there is a chance. So you're joining us from the Sheriff's Office, as we said at the top there. Just talk about what the mood is like there.
Well, look, it's been a difficult more than 2 weeks now for this entire community. We have some amazing men and women of law enforcement at the level of the sheriff, lots of special agents from the FBI that are involved in this case, and really everyone working, coming together, doing as much as they can to return Nancy safely home to her family. There are leads, possible leads. Things kind of ebb and flow with these investigations, but it's a lot of really hard-working, committed people that are dedicated to doing this.
Absolutely. We know there is so much hard work that goes into this. Everyone's doing their best, and there's so much happening behind the scenes. We've certainly heard reports. Do you feel like the Sheriff's Office and the FBI are working together pretty well, pretty successfully?
I'm not as certain about that. I have heard some frustrations directly and indirectly from federal agents. And I think given where we are in this investigation and that the FBI does missing persons, it's kind of their thing, it might be best for the FBI to take over as investigative lead. That is not something that has happened yet, but it might be something we consider moving forward if the sheriff would relinquish that.
And I know you're choosing your words carefully, and I certainly respect that. I know you have been critical of Sheriff Nanos in the past. You've called him out, for example, going to that college basketball game early on in this investigation. What are your feelings today, on this Monday, now in week 3, on how this case has been handled locally?
That is an unfortunate example, an unfortunate distraction from the goal. And what I really regret about that decision that he made to go to a basketball game, day 7, no actionable leads at that point, is how that reflects on his entire department and those 1,500 men and women that are working their butts off to make sure that Nancy gets safely returned, because it puts out really, it doesn't tell that story. It distracts and tells a very different story, and an inaccurate one, I think. So that was unhelpful and a regrettable thing, and I regret that he did that.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.